Dostoevsky. The soul is healed by being with children. I had family members that were in foster care and was lucky enough to find loving, permanent home. My family members were so blessed to find loving parents, but a lot of children are not so lucky. When someone you know may be in need of a loving, permanent home, so today I would tell you about children that need a permanent, loving home, how to bring awareness through Wednesday's Child, and the many programs and many ways in which you can help the program. I will begin by telling you about the children that need a loving, permanent home. Many children in the United States need permanent home and they need our help. The problem is too many children in foster care and not enough children return to their families or being adopted. In the United States, more than 400,000 children in foster care and permanent home are in need of permanent homes. And this is from adoptuskids.org website. More than half of children reunite with their family members or caregivers, and nearly 1/4 will be adopted. These children have been abused, neglected, abandoned, and cannot continue living safely at home. And this is from the Children's Rights.org fact sheet about neglect. Approximately 674,000 children were victims of maltreatment. 74.9% suffer neglect. 18.3% suffer physical abuse. 8.6% suffer sexual abuse. And I'm sure that you see the need for loving, permanent homes. Now let's bring these children into the spotlight. To promote awareness and action for kids in foster care and to find permanent loving homes, Christine Devine and her team at KTTV 11, Los Angeles, have a Wednesday Child segment that led to 455 adoptions in the past 25 years. KSL.com article talks about adopting some brothers from the Wednesday Child segment in Salt Lake City, Utah. They introduced John and Tyler in September 2017, and they were adopted by a couple named Michael Pendergrass and his wife. And I said, thank you guys for doing the Wednesday Child segment. It really does work. And that is how we found our boys. Now, when children are brought into the spotlight, new families are created. And now let's see what happens when they are forgotten. Haywood in 1562 made a statement, out of sight, out of mind. The consequences in not featuring a Wednesday Child segment or section will be that children will not be seen and have less of a chance of being adopted. In 2017, more than 17,000 young people aged out without permanent families. Research has shown that those that leave without permanent families have a higher likelihood than other youth in general populations to experience homelessness, unemployment, and incarceration as adults. We have seen what it would be like if the children were out of sight. Now let them know that they aren't forgotten by taking action. Watch a Wednesday Child segment. Go to your state or county family children's services and look for opportunities available and get involved. Georgia has a shoebox program, and here's information for that. Become a volunteer. And this is how you volunteer through their website. And become a foster parent. And this is the information on their website to become a foster parent. And adopt a child from Wednesday Child. And this is the Wednesday Child children for this week. And this is how you adopt them and other children. As you can see, many children need a place to call home. And there are many ways that you can help. What will you do if your relative was in foster care? You would hope that someone was there to give them a loving, permanent home. This is your chance to help make a child's dream come true by helping them find a forever home. I have talked about the need for children to find loving, permanent homes, awareness through Wednesday's Child, and the many ways that you can help. Now, you can help create new happy families. And the National Adoption Center has a saying that goes, "There are no unwanted children, just unfound families."